Why is Moses holding a caduceus in a lot of the pictures that he is in? A lot of the old photos, a lot of the depictions of Moses, he's holding a caduceus. For those of you who don't know what a caduceus is, it's the stick with two snakes wrapped up it. They're symbols. They're used in hospitals and all over the place. Well, a caduceus is actually tied to inside of our bodies, and it's tied to the chakra system. Now, Moses, in my opinion, was a teacher of raising the Kundalini. He was a teacher of this Christ oil, which is a real thing, which it's an oil that drips down your 33 vertebrae, and it goes down to the root chakras or your lowest chakras. It transmutes and turns into a gas and comes back up, activates your pineal gland, gives you this amazing experience. He was a teacher of this, I believe, which is why he was standing with a caduceus, because that's what the symbol stands for. It stands for a spiritual awakening. It stands for rising, and the pineal gland oil coming down and turning and transmuting into a gas and coming back up. That's what it stands for. That's what the snakes are. They're going from the bottom to the top. They are ascending. That's what it's all about. Moses, in my opinion, was a teacher. Now, in other depictions, why does Moses have horns? Because he always has horns. He's either standing in front of a caduceus or he has horns. And this is interesting. Why does he have horns? Well, he has horns for several different reasons. One reason is they're called lunar horns. Native Americans wore horns. It's the moon in the quarter position. It's a quarter moon. They're called lunar horns. Now, why would he have lunar horns? Same reason why Jewish people start to celebrate their holidays at night. In order to celebrate, you have to see the first 3 stars in the sky. That's when the moon comes out. It's a night event. Hebrew people also start their days at night. That's when their days start. Now, why is this? It's because they worshipped the moon. It was an old moon worshiping deal. Now, not only did they worship the moon, but the ancient Phoenician, Canaanite, ancient Hebrew people, they worshipped all sorts of stuff. They worshipped tons of different things, volcanoes, all sorts of things. The word volcano comes from Volcanus, who was a old god that lived inside of a volcano, and he would be hammering away and building things, and that's where the sparks and all that stuff come from. The word volcanus is volcano. Now, same with like a pyramid. Why is a pyramid called pyramid? Why does it look like that? Because it's a pyro-mid, fire in the mid. It's sexual reference. A lot of the ancient works, it's all about referencing sex, referencing the stars, because it's all about creation, and what happens above us happens below. Now, why else is he wearing horns? That's because Moses represents Aries. Aries is a constellation. They circle around us. Jesus represents Pisces. Before Moses, what were they worshiping? The golden calf. Why were they worshiping the golden calf? Because the golden calf is the sun in what? The golden calf is the sun in Taurus, the bull, because a calf is a bull. So the sun is in Taurus. When the sun is in Aries, Moses represented that. And when the sun is in Pisces, we have Jesus. We're changing right now from Pisces to Aquarius, okay? The reason why it's important for people to learn this stuff is because I believe every time this happens in the sky and this changes, whoever controls what's happening down here on Earth changes with it. And they give us somebody new to worship, okay? So my concern is, who exactly are we going to be worshiping in this changing from Pisces to Aquarius? Because no, we are not there yet, despite what some people think. You can look up in the sky and see for yourself, okay? On the spring equinox, depending on where you live, March 21st, depending on where you live, if you look in the eastern direction, right before the sun comes up, right on the horizon, you're going to be staring at a constellation. Whatever constellation that is the age that we're in. And these ages last approximately 2,126 years. They change. So all these changes have been happening, and coinciding with these changes have been gods, the Elohim, angels, whatever you want to call them. So when you learn why Moses is coming down a mountain blowing a ram's horn, and why the Jewish people still blow a ram's horn, it's because they're celebrating the age of the ram, Aries. It's the same thing. Moses came down from the mountain and they were celebrating the age of Taurus, okay? The golden calf. He didn't want people celebrating that anymore because he knew that age had come to an end. And he was saying, let's celebrate the ram. Blew the ram's horn. They celebrated that for thousands of years. Then Jesus came along, the man on the cross. It wasn't until much after Jesus' time that Constantinople even put a man on a cross. The symbol for Christianity was not a man on a cross originally. It was a lamb carrying a flag. That was the original symbol for Christianity. So it was not a man on a cross. The idea of a man on a cross is old, far older than Jesus. Okay, there have been many messiahs that have been put on a cross. It's because this happens in the sky. The sun does die on the cross. The celestial cross of the Southern Cross, the Southern Crux. It's a constellation. And the sun passes through that cross on December 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, where it stops moving and rests and sets in the same exact spot. The ancient people thought that that sun had died because it didn't move. It rested in the same spot. And on December 25th, which we know as Christmas, Jesus' birth, or the birth of the Son of God, God's Son, the risen Savior, the light of the world, which Jesus is because he's the sun in the sky and the sun is the light of the world. All of this is a story. It really actually happens. That Son of God comes back to life and it starts moving again. It comes back to the northern hemisphere and it starts moving again, and it 1 degree difference, and it sets in a different location every day. So the Son of God is born or reborn, or however you want to say it. It's all the same because it happens in the sky. If you want to learn about this is in so many books, okay? I got about 20 books just back there in that big case, just in my car. I am just constantly reading and learning. So if you want to learn stuff like this is my belief. Okay, doesn't need to get taken down. This is my opinion. This is my belief based on my research. Okay, so it's my religious belief. No, I'm not a Christian. No, I'm not a Catholic. I'm a recovering Catholic and Christian. I was one once. Now I understand what hell is. Hell is the lowest chakra, which is where the word heel, your foot, comes from. Heel is hell, because it's living out of your lowest chakra, living out of your lowest vibration. Head is heaven because you have ascended. It's all in the words. Learn the truth. I love you all.